Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday Doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time Doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Extra value meals are back. For just $5, get a savory and sweet sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, plus hash browns and a coffee. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
It is Follow the Money here on a Thanksgiving Day. Thank you for being with us. It is Matt Brown and Geoff Schwartz in for Mitch and Paul. This hour is brought to you by Better, daily fantasy sports app where you can turn your sports knowledge into real cash fast. Download the Better app or visit better.app now. Sign up today for a free $10. No deposit required. You are not catching 8.5 on the Dallas Cowboys anymore, as it is an answer there by the Cowboys here. Come back after the first possession pick by Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb into the end zone. It is now 7-7 Chiefs and Cowboys. And you said you liked you some points in this one, Geoff. It is now up to a 60.5 live total in this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, CeeDee Lamb tore McDuffie that entire drive. We talked about what they would do, right? They might put McDuffie on one guy and then double the other one. Feels like that's the plan. McDuffie on one, double Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb ate at McDuffie the entire drive. And two, the Chiefs just can't get home on a pressure, right? They just can't rush the passer with 4. That's what they can get home with pressure, but they can't win with 4, and that shows on 3rd and 10. I mean, the Cowboys converted 3-4 third downs in that drive. The Chiefs just don't have any answers.
It is 8 of 10 in the game for Dak Prescott, 78 yards, a touchdown, and of course that pick, as we mentioned, on the second pass of the game. CeeDee Lamb, 4 for 44 and a touchdown already. Javonte Williams, 1 for 14. George Pickens, 1 for 10. Kevontae Turpin, 1 for 9 as well. CeeDee Lamb with 5 targets here in the first quarter, Geoff, and there's still 6:50 left.
Yeah, I mean, again, like the Chiefs did what I thought they would do. And now what's the adjustment going to be? You're going to play more too high and let him run the football? What's your adjustment now that you see they're going to target the single wide receiver in Lamb?
Yeah, it is going to be fascinating to see the adjustments here made in this one. Expected some points. You said you thought some points, 14 already and still 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Of course, we have one more game today. The Cincinnati Bengals on the road at the Baltimore Ravens. This is currently 7.5 in favor of Baltimore, 51.5 is our total here in this one. The big news is Joe Burrow is going to be back for the Cincinnati Bengals. T. Higgins is going to be out. He got concussed last week. Trey Hendrickson remains out on the Bengals side of things. And of course, Jamar Chase returns from his suspension. On the Ravens side of things, every single starter without any sort of injury designation, Justice Hill, who does kind of spot in on the third downs and stuff, is out for them in this one. But all the other starters good to go. Geoff, first and foremost, you've seen what this Cincinnati offensive line looks like. And does it matter that Joe Burrow is back in this one? Because, I mean, I understand maybe he reacts a little bit better to pressure. Maybe he is able to improvise a little bit more. But, boy, this offensive line has been absolutely atrocious all year.
Yeah, it's not good. It's why Joe Burrow's where he's at. And, I'm not surprised. Two things are true. I'm not surprised he's playing because he's a professional athlete who was paid a lot of money, who wants to play. And he's healthy enough to play. I'm surprised they're letting him play because the season does feel over. Now, in the building, it doesn't, right? You're 3-8.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, let's win 5 in a row. We're back in this thing.
right.
You convince yourself of that all the time. You absolutely do, right? You convince yourself that you're going to win these games, and we got Burrow back, but the offense has not been the problem. It's been the defense. And I just don't think you want to get into a game, and every game feels this way with the Bengals, where it's so reliant on the offense keeping up that puts way more pressure on the ability for Burrow to have to make plays, to scramble, to move, to do things he doesn't want to do. And I think that is not where the Bengals want to be. But the Ravens are not, they're not like good right now? Like, I don't know what are the Ravens? Like, we talked about the Packers and Lions earlier. What are the Ravens? Like, so I think that the Bengals probably feel like they have a chance in this game, even though they're 7.5-point favorite dogs, to really make a statement with Joe Burrow back in the lineup. And maybe that fires up the defense a little bit as well. Breaking news, by the way, the Chiefs ran the ball twice in a row from under center. That's a first. It's never happened before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what this Ravens team is either. I'm a big stats guy, and so a lot of the stats really don't mean anything because they were without Lamar Jackson in there. The defense was hurt by, for the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season, so a lot of those stats are skewed as well. So it's hard for me to kind of figure out what this team is. I guess the only thing that I do know is it looks like, at least with my own eyes, I've never been to one single second of medical school, but it looks like with my own eyes that Lamar Jackson is hurt and that he is playing hurt. I think the market tells us that he is playing hurt, as his rushing prop today is 25.5, which is usually nearly double this whenever you're talking about Lamar Jackson. And now you're going up against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and it's still only 25.5. Geoff, he's shown up on the injury report 4 weeks in a row with 4 different ailments. It was a hamstring, it was a knee, it was a foot, now a toe. All of that with Lamar Jackson. I mean, it seems to me like he's just playing through a lot of different things because he knows this division is so bad that they could easily win this division because none of these other teams are any good.
So the thing about Lamar is that they're not designing the runs for him anymore, right? It makes the offense a little bit different because now you don't have to fend that part of the run game. You can get more eyes and ears and hands to Derrick Henry. And so it does change what Baltimore can do offensively, I think, in the run game because Lamar was such a big part of what they could do. But in this game specifically, you can probably hand it off and never run the ball and move the ball. Like, I would worry about that against a different defense, but the Bengals defense is historically bad. Like, it is one of the worst of all time. Like, it is on pace to be one of the worst of all time. You probably just turn backwards and hand the ball off to Henry, to Mitchell. I like taking the backup running back, especially when Hill is out. So you just have one backup running back, essentially, in Mitchell, over 22.5 rushing yards in a game. I think a lot of points are going to be scored. 2 things are happening, right? One is they're going to rotate the running backs out a lot, right? Because if you're running the ball a lot, you're going to need some rest. And 2, if you think it's going to be a blowout, which I'm not sure it's going to be, but I think the Ravens are going to try to run the ball in this game a lot. That's more opportunity for the backup to run the ball, right? He gets the 3rd drive, he gets the 6th drive, like this opportunity in this game, especially with that offensive line, to really, I think run the ball with Mitchell a lot more. And the Chiefs just ran a terrible play. I just praise them. Praise them.
The play callers love getting people to do things that they're not paid to do. Like, they love to run wide receiver. Like, for every good wide receiver run, Geoff, there has to be 10x that are terrible. I mean, it's like for every one that goes for 30, it seems like there's 10 of them that go for -5 or -7 or something like that.
But, like, who are you fooling? You're like, the Cowboys are like, it's a pass, it's motion. Like, just run it with your dang running back. Who cares? Like, you're not fooling anyone. That's the point. That's trying to fool them, right? It's trying to fool them into thinking you're doing something else. Who are you fooling?
Yeah, so that put them at 2nd and 14. Mahomes has to throw it away. So now we're 3rd and 14. Again, 7-7, just shy of 3 minutes left in the first quarter. In this Chiefs and Cowboys game. So we'll see. Big 3rd down here for this Cowboys defense, because if you could hold them to a field goal attempt, I think you're going to look at this as a win.
Sorry to interrupt you, but this is why the Chiefs are unserious, right? You have a great drive going and you call a dumb play that makes no freaking sense for -4 yards, and now it's 3rd and 14. This is why they're not playing well in the red zone. Just call the normal plays. Call the plays that work.
Oh my goodness.
It just to me, and Mahomes, you just said, "Oh, here he goes."
Yeah,
here
pocket collapses. This is just so. This is the thing that Mahomes gets praised for all the things that he should, which is his vision, his arm strength, is all the being able to run around in circles and complete passes and all that. I actually think this is the most impressive part of his game, Geoff. Like, he knows he is not a running quarterback, but there is almost nobody who has better instincts of when to take off than Patrick Mahomes. And he converts these 3rd and longs and 2nd and longs like that, again, you don't think of him as a running dude, but he just has that instinct. And that changes this game. They're going to score a touchdown here where they were going to have to kick a field goal.
Yeah. Part of that is, Kareem Hunt, you're pounding youth here. Look, part of that is schematics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when teams are in man coverage, there's not typically a spy on the quarterback. And when you're in man coverage, think about it. Guys are running their routes. Your back is turned to the quarterback, right? You're chasing the wide receiver. That's all he did. He drops back, sees man coverage. No one's open. Let's take off and make a play. And you're right. It's always, it's funny because his trainer says this, and I know Pat said this before, like, he's not fast, but he's faster than the guys chasing him. It's all that matters.
Right.
Like, he's not going to win. He's not going to win a race running a 40, but he's faster than we're just the dumbest stuff imaginable. Sorry. They just do the dumbest stuff imaginable. Like, what is Rashee Rice doing in the backfield again?
Yeah. And
what is he doing in the backfield?
And nearly, if that ball goes forward instead of sideways, then it's a fumble through the end zone and it goes to the other team.
From the 3-yard line, he tried to jump from the 3-yard line in the end zone.
Yeah. It's
what are we doing?
Yeah, that could have been disastrous here. Whenever you get the big, long third down scramble from Patrick Mahomes, and then you almost fumble it through the end zone. So we'll have 3rd and goal from the 3 here for the Chiefs, 7-7 as we wind down at the end of the first quarter. He is not going to make it. This Cowboys team all over it. So 4th and goal decision coming for the Chiefs they might let the clock just run all the way out. Actually, I think there's a 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So they're going to have to run a play. Yeah, they're going to have to run a play here before the end of the first quarter. And looks like they're going to leave it out there. So here we go. 4th and goal.
Of course you should go for it.
Yes.
But can we not do a dumb play?
Doesn't this just scream shovel pass to Kelsey or something?
If it does, I'm quitting the show.
Scream shovel pass to Kelsey.
I'm gonna break my microphone and be done for the day if they do a shovel pass to Travis. You're ahead of me now, so I got the bell's about to be snapped now. Worthy's motioning across. Brown's motioning across. They're gonna run a pivot play back to Brown. Touchdown, Kelsey. Kelsey over his touchdown prop for the season now, by the way.
There you go.
That is over for Travis Kelsey.
In the back of the end zone, that's just a good throw and a good catch. It wasn't poor coverage or anything. It's just, boy, that is Mahomes and Kelsey knowing what's going on with each other. We'll see about the extra point whenever we come back and, of course, continue on with the end game here. Chiefs and Cowboys currently 13-7.
Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Extra value meals are back. For just $5, get a savory and sweet sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, plus hash browns and a coffee. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
It is Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Matt Brown and Geoff Schwartz in for Mitch and Paul. Don't worry, guys will be back in here tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours out there. Touchdown Travis Kelsey as we were going to break. Extra point was up and good. So 14-7 in the first quarter. So 21 points scored here in the first quarter. If you have the over, you got to be feeling pretty good. Patrick Mahomes, 4 of 5 for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns already here in this one. Kareem Hunt, 4 for 26 on the ground, averaging 6.5 a tote. Rashee Rice, 2 for 31 and a touchdown, 1 for 10 for Hollywood Brown, and Travis Kelsey, just the 2 yards on the one catch, but it went for a touchdown as well. Dak Prescott, 8 of 10 for 78, touchdown and a pick. Javonte Williams has 4 carries for 5 yards. That's a bad average. That's about 2.8 here now, so that's good. But 4 of 44 for CeeDee Lamb and a touchdown. Javonte Williams, 1 for 14. George Pickens, 1 for 10. Kevontae Turpin, 1 for 9. Cowboys will take over here at the beginning of the second quarter. And, Geoff, you thought there might be points in this one, and certainly things could slow down and adjustments could be made, but 21 in the first quarter definitely says points.
Yeah. And look, the NFL has changed so much, right? Where, Andy Reid 5 years ago probably takes a field goal there, and it's 10-7. Instead, we're going for it, right? The numbers tell you to go for it. And he's got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and Kelce was covered.
Yeah.
He made a great play. It wasn't like, they ran the play. They ran sort of the same play they sort of always run in a bunch. And, got a return route and Kelce in the back of the end zone. And, Kelce was covered, and Mahomes and Kelce had that relationship where it doesn't matter at all. There's nothing like their connection.
Yeah.
Like this was the actual route that was called. But there are times when they just make it up.
Yeah.
They just make it up. And it's hard to explain. It's hard to watch on film, but that's what they do. And that connection has made the Chiefs what they are over these years.
Yeah, if you watch the replay on this one, Geoff has painted the picture perfectly. I mean, the guy was on him. I mean, when I say on him, he was actually physically touching him. Like, it wasn't like there was no separation whatsoever. It was just like Kelce knew where the ball was going to be. Mahomes knew that he was going to be looking there, and sure enough, it equals in a fourth down touchdown. That was a big swing, right? I mean, like we're talking about a drive that was 3rd and 14. Mahomes pocket collapses, takes off, gets the first down, and then you go for it on 4th down from the 3-yard line and end up scoring there as well.
One thing that Travis Kelce did and good wide receivers do is they don't show their hands till the very end, right? So when a guy's guarding you, they look at your hands. Your hands go up, their hands go up. And the way the ball was thrown and where he was at, he just was able to put his hands up quickly, catch the ball. Defender, to your point, was on him, but couldn't do anything about it because Kelce didn't show his hands. The Cowboys right now get the ball 2 plays back to 50. I mean, this game the offense is off the charts so far.
It is. And one thing that you brought up at the top, whenever we're saying, how do you defend whenever you have a Pickens and a Lamb? And of course, Lamb's having a good game so far. Pickens a little bit quiet, but they've gone to Turpin a few times. So it seems like they're like, okay, if you're going to try to take Pickens out of the game or whatever, okay, fine. We're fine using Turpin.
Yeah, why not? I mean, he's open, right?
Yeah.
They're able to make those plays, and so why not? Why not get someone else, to catch the ball? I mean, the Chiefs in this drive so far are just backing up. They're backing up on defense, saying we're not going to get beat deep again like we did previously. So this feels like it's a lot of offense in this one. I don't think it's going to slow down either. I think both teams feel the other team's going to score. So when that's the case, you feel like you got to keep up and you keep the pedal down. You go for it.
You guys have heard us talk about better fantasy sports. You can turn your NFL takes into real cash with some free money today. Pick more or less on your favorite player's stats right now and get $10 free. Absolutely no deposit required. Better has the highest multipliers in fantasy, up to 10,000x, 10,000 times your money. It's live in 33 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. So download the Better app. That is BETR. Use a promo code VSIN, VSIN, to claim your free $10 today. Better picks, sports just got better. As Geoff mentioned, already out to the 50-yard line, but facing a 3rd and 4 here are the Cowboys. With the way this game is going, they'll probably go for it no matter what happens here, but we'll see. Dak Prescott does not connect with George Pickens. Pickens thinks he should get a flag. He doesn't get a flag.
Earlier, Lamb pushed off pretty harshly on McDuffie. That I think McDuffie's a little more handsy right now, just because he got pushed off and they didn't call earlier on one of the first catches. He just kind of gave him like a shove, which I'm not sure it's OPI, whatever, but McDuffie just a little more handsy on this one here. And Pickens pushed off too. What are you talking about? Why are you upset? What? He pushed off on him. It's funny there.
And here we are. Whether they actually go for it or not, they are at least lining up that they're going to go for it here.
I think you have to, man. You just got to press it down. You have 2 elite wide receivers. You have the Chiefs don't rush a passer very well. Like, you have enough players to make this happen. I would go for it. I know you're ahead of me right now. They do snap the ball. The Chiefs do pressure, and Ferguson's able to catch the ball for about 10 yards. I mean, I think you have to keep the pedal down, man. I'm repeating myself, but that's the way I play the Chiefs. Just keep going for it.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed the way that the Chiefs have been going so far on the offensive side. Like you said, if you punt there, you are really putting yourself behind the 8 ball again. Remember, the Chiefs do get the ball to start the second half as well. So I think it was a smart decision. And of course, Ferguson shows up here for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 now on the other side of the 40, actually. So Dak Prescott steps up in the pocket and just is not able to connect with Pickens yet again, who was like he had a little bit of separation. So we'll keep you updated there on that one. So Geoff, Cincinnati has Burrow back. He's been out for a very long time now. Is rust real for a quarterback that we consider to be one of the 5 or 6 best in the NFL, or should we expect just the same old Joe Burrow as he steps out there today?
Dude, turf toes are hard. I need to enjoy. I dislocated my big toe in 2014. Not the same injury, but can have the same effect. I was out for 3 months. Like, it's a bad injury. And when you come back from that toe injury, man, like you practice, it feels good in practice. You get out in the game, it's just a different feel, right? You do a little bit more, move a little bit more. I'm curious to see how that toe holds up. He'll have a steel plate, I would imagine, in his shoe, and he'll try to last as long as he can. The mobility is going to be in question. I think his rushing total is 5.5. I actually looked at taking the under in that one, but that's enough where you scramble twice and you might fall forward for 7 yards. I don't love it, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to move in that way in this game. They might design a game plan fully around getting the ball out as quick as possible. So I'm not really worried about his timing, his arm with like the guys that he's working with. He plays with those guys a lot. He's been with them a long time in his career. I'm worried about just his mobility and being able to withstand 60 minutes of having to move. Cowboys another 4th down, 4th and 3. I'm kind of curious what they do here because they're gonna kick
already trotted the kicker out.
I took they have a tab, Thanksgiving specials. It's like bright lights flashing for Geoff Schwartz. I took Brandon Aubrey to have the most field goal yardage of the day. So a 49-yard attempt
there's
would
49
be a
of
good
it right
start.
there. Yeah, I was going to say there's 49 of it right there. It like
look like
he barely swings his leg and it goes through by 20 yards. It's
wild.
Dude, it's the craziest thing.
Like that's the thing. Like you're going to get a chance in this game between a 50 and 60 yard field goal. Like, you're just going to get it. The other game tonight's outside. I don't know what the wind conditions are in Baltimore right now. The first game I don't think had 2 field goals total. I think in that game. So I like that. It was 3.5 to 1. I think the third best odds behind Butker and Loop.
So, Geoff, you brought up turf toe, and they need to rename turf toe because it does not sound as gnarly as it actually is. Because, like, you hear turf toe, and I think people roll their eyes and be like, how are these big NFL athletes out for 2 months and 10 weeks sometimes with turf toe? Dude, your toe bends the wrong direction and hits the top of your foot. Yeah. Like, it rips all of the ligaments and all the whatever. Like, they got to rename turf toe. They need to make it sound worse than it is.
Yeah. So basically, like, this is your toe, right? And it goes this way, right? Yeah. And then the bottom of your foot, there's 2 bones in the back of your big toe. Where's the camera? There's like 2 bones in the back of your big toe that are like right here. If this is the bottom of your toe, and they rip, rip off. And all underneath your toe is torn on your big toe. Now, when I did my dislocated toe, I can send you a picture if you would like to air it, but you don't have to. Like, my toe was on top of itself. And so I tore the bottom of my foot, not really like the same as the turf toe, which is the bottom of the big toe. And I didn't realize how impactful your big toe was till I couldn't use it anymore. And turf toe does not give the severity of it should be a torn foot.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds too nice.
You tore your foot.
Turf toe sounds too nice. Foot. Yes.
I tore the plantar plate off my foot, like the muscle off the bottom of my foot. Yeah. Dislocated toe doesn't sound as much as tore the plantar plate.
Yeah.
You tore the bones in your big toe. Like that, it's just not the same feel just as a turf toe.
I've been screaming this for years because when I first heard turf toe, I went and looked it up and I'm like, oh, this is way worse than they make it sound. Like, it needs to sound so much worse than this. Of course, we continue on here on Follow the Money when we come back.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
It is Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Appreciate you guys being with us here on Thanksgiving. Hope Hope you and yours are having food and fun and football and all the other cool stuff that's going on out there. And to our new listeners over on Mad Dog, you can catch us anytime you want to over on Sirius Channel 158 as we watch Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense convert on a third down. And so here we are, 14-10. The Cowboys do settle for the 49-yard field goal on 4th and 3. So we are 8 minutes left in the second quarter right now. 1st and 20 after a penalty for the Chiefs. And so we will see if they are able to get within field goal range, or of course, Patrick Mahomes might do one of his, third and 17 scrambles there for us, Geoff.
That was as blatant as a holding as it gets. You sometimes have a choice as offensive lineman. Do I want my quarterback to get hit, or do I just want to hold and get away with it? And that was a hold and get away with it. Like, that was like, I hope they don't see I'm holding right now, because that was as bad as it gets. Simmons just grabbed him from behind. But again, I think it's worth the 10 yards to not get your quarterback killed sometimes. So Chiefs now moving the ball down the field. Kelsey, by the way, went over his receiving yardage for the season a couple minutes ago as well. So some good cashes there. A couple preseason wagers that I like this year.
2nd and 19, and Mahomes is going to be a lot longer than that. It's going to be 3rd and a lot longer than that as he is sacked. He tries to make something happen, finally run down by, I think that was Jadeveon Clowney, actually, that got to him there for the Cowboys. And so it'll be 3rd and a mile here for the Chiefs. And it goes without saying, a huge stop here for the Cowboys as the Chiefs do get the ball coming out in the second half here. So we'll see if they can hold this from being a massive conversion for the Chiefs. 3rd and 26 to be exact, with 6:52 left in the second half. Geoff, is there any truth, as we hear all the time, is there holding on every single play? Is there truth to that?
No, of course not.
No.
I was again, see, this is the thing about the Chiefs. So they just showed the routes. It's 2nd and 20, and both their number one wide receivers ran 5 yards and turned around. Like, is that really what you want to do? Like, I don't really understand what they're doing sometimes. Maybe you hoping for a 3rd and 12, I guess, like a missed tackle, and maybe you spin out of it and you get to 8 yards instead of 5. So now it's 3rd and 26. You hope to get 15 and get in field goal range, I guess. But the Cowboys kicking that field goal was a gift, and they're gonna waste that gift. Now the holding was real; it happened, but the play call since then, they tried to tie that middle screen, did not work out. So the Chiefs again, they're like that, if that 10% just gets better, they're going to be right where they want to be.
It is a 6.5-point live line currently in favor of the Chiefs, 58.5 the total. And if you like the Cowboys to win the thing outright, plus 240 there for this Chiefs squad. So we'll see if they are able to convert here as we go to break. I'm assuming there must have been a timeout or something like that out there.
There was an injury on the field.
Injury out there on the field. Congratulations to our VSiN Pro subscriber, John DeFabis, our latest Average Joe weekly winner every week. You can jump into the contest by making 7 picks, NFL or college, and the top score takes home $500. When an Edge Boost account, you can actually double that up to $1,000. So don't forget, each quarter, one winner gets the ultimate prize. It's airfare for 2 to Vegas, a 2-night stay at Circa right out here behind me, and an in-studio guest appearance on a VSiN show. Free to enter anytime, VSiN.com/Joe. That is VSIN.com/JOE. Okay, so we do still have a Black Friday game, Geoff, and it is the Bears and the Eagles. We get some decent injury news for both teams, actually, as the Bears activated a couple of guys off of IR, including Jalen Johnson, their all-pro corner, and the Eagles actually, Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley completely off of the injury report, which that's after 2 DNPs actually for Devontae Smith. So that's a pretty good news for them. Now, it does look like Lane Johnson is going to be out for the Eagles. He obviously matters. Does look like Landon Dickerson is going to go for them here in this one. And on the Bears defense, it's just a really important injury report for them come tomorrow, whenever we get the final, 90 minutes before game time, Jeff. It's like all 3 starting linebackers, they're a starting corner, a starting defensive end, a starting defensive tackle. I mean, like, we're talking like 6-7 starters over on the Bears side of things that are up in the air whether they're going to play or not.
The Bears are fugazi. I can't stress this enough. Mm-hmm. They're 22nd in DVOA. I believe I think I saw this yesterday. I got to pull up. I think they're the worst 8-3 team in DVOA history. which is, I mean, that's not like the fairest way to put it, but they certainly aren't a great 8-3 team. Your job's to win. They're winning games. But think about this. You are what your record says you are. Absolutely. You have 2 8-3 teams here at the 7-point spread. And the Eagles aren't playing great football right now.
Right.
And they're still telling you that this game is not even close between these two teams. And, or excuse me, these teams are not close or should not be close. And the question I have about this is more on the Eagles side is like, what are we going to see offensively? We saw 3 great drives last week and then nothing. And what has happened this year is they have not run the ball as well. And this put more on Jalen Hurts, who played fine last week, but again, like not good enough, right? After the first couple of drives, which is what you would like to do a little better, play the rest, the rest of the game better, or sort of off that opening script. The Bears don't stop the run very well, though. So this feels like a Saquon Barkley game, a run the ball game, a control line of scrimmage game, and then try to put the Bears situation they don't want to be in with having, I think, Caleb Williams in 3rd and long, right? It's not where you want to be. Williams is certainly playing a lot better, absolutely playing a lot better. I think Ben Johnson did a great job with Williams this season. But the Bears are just not a good team at 8-3. The record lies to them, I feel like. And I don't have a play in this one, but if the Eagles won this game by 17, it wouldn't surprise me. The Eagles just are not trustworthy at the moment. I just think they're much better than the Bears are.
Yeah, I essentially have a bet on this game. I have the Eagles in Survivor, so I certainly would be rooting heavily for the Eagles in this thing. But I agree with you on the defensive side of things. And honestly, that's with some of these dudes playing that these numbers are so bad. I mean, if they're without 3, 4, 5 starters in this thing, it should be Saquon Barkley. I mean, that being said, I can't believe I'm sitting here questioning the sideline of the defending Super Bowl champions here, Geoff, but last week you have a 21-0 lead, and Saquon Barkley finishes with 10 carries on the entire game. That seems to me like coaching malpractice. Like, even if you're not getting the chunks that you would like, it still runs the clock. It still burns stuff down. I mean, you're trying to protect. You still have a 21-point lead in this thing, and he finishes with 10 carries. I was just baffled that they did that, and that was the approach last week. And I don't think it's necessarily a squeaky wheel gets the grease situation here, as it is maybe just a, hey, this is our easiest path to victory. We should probably use our all-world running back.
Yeah, look, I think the Lane Johnson injury certainly plays a role in this. The offensive line is not as good as it was last season. They've also been beat up at center and left guard. So it's in the Bunkai Becton's not there anymore. So it's still a different makeup on the offensive line, but Barkley should be good enough to overcome some of those injuries, right? There's ways to get the ball on the edge. There's ways to schematically set up, good box counts and whatnot. But I think it comes down to teams just don't respect Jalen Hurts to where they feel like they have to play a too high look and have to make sure Hurts can't throw the ball. I think they're okay with stopping the run and saying, Jalen Hurts, you be the guy to beat us. We're okay with that being the philosophy. And Jalen Hurts has certainly done that. He beat the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl, for example. He's done that in his career. It's just not consistent enough to where teams, I feel like, really make their game plan about stopping Jalen Hurts. They make their game plan about stopping Barkley, and then we'll stop the passing game, secondarily.
We did get the first punt of the game as the Chiefs punted away to the Cowboys, so they will start 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line with just under 6 minutes left in the first half. 14-10 in favor of the Chiefs. We're down to 5.5 on the live line in favor of the Chiefs. 57.5 the total, plus 260 on the money line if you do believe that the Cowboys win this thing outright. Geoff, it seems to me like Caleb Williams is almost more dangerous when the play breaks down. It's like when he actually utilizes his legs or kind of has to go off script, it seems like he's better than when he's just standing there in the pocket.
Yeah.
I wonder what the defensive philosophy is going to be from the Eagles in this thing, where there's just like almost absolutely no blitzes whatsoever, and you're only rushing your front four and everybody else just drops into coverage, and you say, okay, Caleb Williams, you're not gonna scramble against us. You're not gonna, do these off script rollout, crazy circus backyard plays. Like, we're gonna make you play quarterback and see if you can actually beat us. We have some pretty good corners. We have some dudes that can cover. I would be shocked if that's kind of at least not the game plan early. Maybe they have to make some adjustments, but it seems to me like that's the way I would try to defend Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Caleb Williams seems to be best when he's like doing like the USC stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not, to me, the best way to play quarterback. It certainly can work. but you would like to get a little bit better on schedule. And I think he is. I think when you judge these quarterbacks that are young and in different offenses, right, like in new coordinators, is you want to judge their ability to get better in different quarters of the season. And his quarter and third quarter essentially now is better than the first quarter. Like that to me is he's on the right path, but you're right. You would like to see him do a little bit more on schedule. The Cowboys convert another third down. The Chiefs defense has been atrocious on third down today.
Yeah, and to Jake Ferguson yet again, seems like that is the target that they want to go to there on third down. Now to a 4.5 point live line here with the Chiefs up 14-10. Timing gets interesting though as the Chiefs do get the ball back after half. We'll keep you updated here on Follow the Money when we come back.
One day only Thanksgiving Day deals are coming to Lowe's.com. Plus, members get early access to online Black Friday doorbuster deals on gifting favorites, like the still trending Cobalt Mini Toolbox for just $14.98. Don't miss up to 50% off for one day only at Lowe's.com. We help, you save. Valid 11/27 only on Lowe's.com. Member only doorbusters and midnight Eastern. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change while supplies last.
Extra value meals are back. For just $5, get a savory and sweet sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, plus hash browns and a coffee. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Cash those Malik Davis anytime touchdown tickets if you got them. 43-yard touchdown run for Malik Davis, 17-14. Cowboys up on the Chiefs. A couple of clutch third down conversions. As Geoff has mentioned, the third down defense for the Chiefs has not been on the field so far here in this game. There is 3:10 left, and a reminder that the Chiefs do get the ball to come out here in the second half. So kind of one of those Mahomes-esque double dip prime opportunities here, Geoff. But again, the Cowboys, after that miscue on that first drive, have looked really, really good since then.
The Chiefs defense is just, talk about Super Bowl caliber team. It's just not good enough this season. They just have missed on a lot of defensive linemen. They have one that's good right now. That's it. They have young guys that they hope are better at some point, but they're second and third round picks. They're rookies. Linebackers are fine. I think secondary is okay, but they just can't rush the passer. It really hurts them. The third down is very noticeable when you can't get to Dak unless you pressure, which leaves one-on-one opportunities on the outside. And it's not been great. Cook got hurt earlier, which isn't great for them as well. And so the Cowboys are having a day offensively. This is a big situation now. 3 minutes left in the first half. You have to, if you're the Chiefs, you got to score and not give them the ball back and then come out of the half and score again to give yourself an opportunity to keep the math on your side.
For what it's worth, all 3 timeouts remaining for both teams in this one. The live line sitting at 2.5 in favor of the Chiefs. 62.5 is now our live total, and that big number on the Cowboys to win outright is long gone. Plus 120 now on the money line for the Dallas Cowboys. So again, this offense has looked really good so far. Dak Prescott, 16 of 22. I don't know if they wanted to throw 50 times in this game or not, but they're certainly on pace there. 160 yards, touchdown, a pick. He has not been sacked yet in this game. We got CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 53 and a touchdown. He's got 6 targets so far. Turpin, 2 for 28. George Pickens, 2 for 22. Ferguson, 2 for 21, including 2 really big third down conversions for them. Javonte Williams just caught 2 out of the backfield. Ryan Flournoy also has 2 catches, as Schoonmaker has 1 for 1 over on the Kansas City side. We got Mahomes 8 for 10, 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has been sacked once in this one. 5 carries for 30 yards for Kareem Hunt. And then Rashee Rice, 3 for 41. Kelsey, 3 for 25 and a touchdown. Hollywood Brown, 1 for 10. And Xavier Worthy, 1 for 9. So we will see. They're going to start this drive here about the 32-yard line after the return. 3:05 left in the second half. All 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning for the Chiefs to play with here. So don't really have to rush this drive at all. They can kind of do whatever they want to.
Yeah, plenty of time here. We'll see how they handle this. But you have to, I think you have to to end the half with the ball. And whatever that looks like, that has to be field goal, fine.
However, Geoff,
yes.
for us being selfish, I kind of hope the Cowboys get it because I want to see like a 75-yard field goal attempt. Like,
for my wager, that would be good. But I mean, I think the Chiefs just need to end this drive with the ball, and then the double up. Look, here's the thing about we talked earlier. Like the Chiefs, if they go touchdown here, go from 17-14 Cowboys to 28-17 Chiefs. That's why to me it's so important to have the ball to start the second half. So the Chiefs can get the ball. That'd be good. By the way, they're showing on the touchdown run, Chris Jones, who will often not play the gap he's supposed to play. That's what happened on the touchdown run. He jumped out of his gap. It happened. Look, it's a good and a bad with him. Like there's good with Chris Jones. The bad with Chris Jones is that he will jump around in gaps, and that's what happened there, and it happens. He was apologizing to Bolton about it, that everyone has a gap on defense, got to be in your gap. If you leave your gap, Matt, you better make the play. That's the rule. If you leave your gap, you better make the play, and he didn't make the play. So a touchdown run for the Cowboys. Chiefs now driving the ball near about midfield here. I don't know if they're going to run a play before the 2-minute warning, but they ran the ball twice in a row, so good for them here. Ball at the 45. They're going to go to the 2-minute warning here. Oh, no, they snapped the ball. Okay. And they got 4 yards, so 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 now, 2-minute warning.
Yeah, it's going to be, again, all 3 timeouts there for the Chiefs. Looks like they are going to play kind of the clock management game as they should and not get the ball back to the Cowboys because, as we just mentioned, I mean, the Cowboys will line up. They will line up Aubrey from 70. There's no doubt about that. Like, they will definitely do it.
So I'm in for that. I would love to see that kick attempt. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely don't want to give them the ball back and give them a chance at 3 points. Guys, we talked to you about Better already. Get Thanksgiving and free money. Get both with Better here. Fantasy app that turns your NFL takes into real cash. More or less on your favorite player stats. And you get $10 free, no deposit required. Better has the highest multipliers in fantasy, up to 10,000x. It's alive in 33 states, California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia included. Better app, that's BETR, or head to better.app as well. Use the promo code VSiN. Better picks, sports just got better. Geoff, while we're on break, I do want to start to get your opinion on just some of these other games that are happening this week. And one that I think is kind of interesting because it's a battle of backup quarterbacks. And I want to know if you think that what the drop-off is, because we have Arizona on the road at Tampa. It looks like this is going to be Teddy Bridgewater for the Bucs as Baker Mayfield unable to practice again today with that sprained left shoulder. We know that Kyler Murray's on the shelf for Arizona. Jacoby Brissett's actually looked at least pretty decent out there for them. They're going to be full field goal dogs here on the road to the Bucs. 44 is a prevailing total here in this one. I mean, it's in my opinion, a pretty big drop off from Baker to Teddy Bridgewater. Taking nothing against Teddy Bridgewater. He's had a great career and certainly probably one of the better backups in the league, but are they a full field goal better than Arizona with Teddy two gloves at quarterback?
He didn't look great the other night, but now you have a week to prepare. So maybe, he shouldn't look like he was fully in shape and ready to play football. Mm-hmm. And so maybe the week of opportunity here, being fully immersed in the game plan, will get him more ready. I've been very disappointed in Tampa Bay the last 3 weeks. They have been bullied the line of scrimmage. They have just not played good football, right? They lost to New England. They lost to Buffalo. They lost to the Rams, maybe playing a Cardinals team that isn't very good, get you back in the win column. You feel like excited to play this game, knowing you have a chance to win. Arizona just burned me so badly last week, man. I mean, you're +4 in turnovers at home and you can't cover 2.5. They're one of those teams that drives me crazy to wager on. Like, what team am I getting? Am I getting the good team that doesn't turn the ball over, which happened last week? The previous 2 weeks, they had 7 turnovers in combined those 2 games. I think covered 1 of the 2. This week they forced, they don't turn the ball over at all and don't cover. I just don't know. I just don't know what to make of them. So I'm very curious to see, to see what ends up happening. I will have nothing on this game.
Yeah. You've been on the field with these guys. Are you a running backs don't matter guy, or are you a running backs do matter guy? Because the Bucs do get back Bucky Irving this week.
Okay. So we have enough evidence now that the juice that he brings to the offense makes a big difference, right? Mm-hmm. Like just as a player, he has a little more juice, quickness than than White does, than Tucker does. My overarching point about running backs, about building your team around a running back, is that you have to have the pieces in place offensively to add the running back to be good, right? So, for example, Christian McCaffrey to the Niners, Barkley to the Eagles. You cannot do what the Raiders did.
Right.
Draft Ashton Genty with no offensive line to block for him. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like that's not a way to build your team. But the Tampa Bay offensive line's good. Not been playing great, but good. You put Bucky back there, a little more giddy up, a little more shiftiness, a little more quickness. It does allow White to not take so many reps. So when he comes in the game, he's a little fresher. So I like the addition of Bucky Irving back in the lineup. I don't know why the Cowboys aren't calling timeout here on third down. Let's let the clock run a little bit here. Mahomes, this dude
does it again.
This is every time.
He just does it again.
He's just faster than the person chasing him. Gets a 4-yard scramble on 3rd and 2 for a first down. Now the Chiefs will ensure they end the half with the ball. So this is what they want to do. This is the double up opportunity here for Kansas City. One thing about the NFL that's changed, by the way, in the 2-minute drill is like teams sort of just save their timeouts. Like you used to use them more liberally. And I think teams have figured out that if we rush the line of scrimmage, we snap the ball, the defense is just tired. They're disoriented. Let's just put like right there. He rushed for 4 yards. They wasted 20 seconds not calling timeout. That to me, 5 years ago, that never happens. Timeout.
Right. But
I kind of like it. Like I as a player, the defense is tired. Like, if you don't substitute, they can't substitute. Just push the limit. You can use the timeouts later.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that certainly in this situation, Harry goes, oh God, I thought he was going again. And instead he does what Mahomes does, where he was going to run and they decided to stop and throw because that's just what Patrick Mahomes does.
They call the holding on Simmons, I think, though, which isn't a holding. I'm not going to like this call. I can feel it.
There is going to be a flag on the play. It is a holding on the Chiefs, so that eliminates a first down. So we'll see what goes on here now. The Cowboys do have all 3 timeouts. 37 seconds left. It's going to be 2nd and long for the Chiefs. We'll keep you updated here in hour 3 when we come back and follow the money. VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The clock's ticking at Toyota's Here and Now sales event. The Toyota car, truck, or SUV that fits your life is here, and now's the time to make it yours. There are great deals on fuel-efficient Camrys and Corollas, on adventurous RAV4s and 4Runners, on powerful Tacomas and Tundras. This is your moment. The time to drive home your new Toyota is here and now. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Clorox Toilet Wand, it's all in one. Clorox Toilet Wand, it's all in one.
Hey, what does all in one mean?
The caddy, the wand, the preloaded pad. There's a cleaner in there, inside the pad.
So Clorox Toilet Wand is all I need to clean a toilet?
You don't need a bottle of solution to get into this toilet revolution. Clorox, clean feels good.
Use as directed.